My critical assignment for kinesiology 454. My studies over middle high school basketball players. We're going to start with a brief summary. My age group is probably ages 14 to 17. We're going to talk about what motivates them. We're going to touch on arousal and anxiety and the role the environment plays and the importance of them setting goals, and just speak on a little confidence and just talk briefly about what makes these boys go. Motivation is the direction and it's the direction and intensity of one's effort. We're going like what makes these kids attracted to play basketball? What brings them here to play? At this age, I mean, of course, basketball is popular, but what makes these kids want to play? And the intensity is just how much effort they're willing to put into it, and that's just what motivation is: direction and intensity of one's effort. What's their motivational view? Is it a trade-centered view, or it's just in them, or to be a go-getter? You doesn't have to say much to them. They just naturally, they just have that motivational trait inside them. Or is it a situational centered kid? At this age group, you have all different kinds of. What makes these kids go? They're all different, and so situational view is just somebody who wants to play, somebody who wants to be involved. May or may not like the coach, may or may not like the situation they're in, but they just want to play. And then you have an interaction review, which is a blend of both, and that's probably the most widely accepted. It just kind of just keeps the kid. It's just how can I say? Interaction review is just a blend of just that natural trait, and the kid just wanting to play. He's intrinsically motivated, to play. But at the same time, he loves to play. He loves the sport. So really, obstacles and distractions really don't play a part in it because he's already motivated. But at the same time, he loves the sport. And their environment, where they come from. What makes them go. Is there something at home, that makes them want to play? They want to be like somebody. They want to get away from where they're from. They want an opportunity to succeed in life. What makes these kids want to do that? Arousal. What arousal do that? At this age, these kids get aroused for many different ways, many different reasons. But at the same time, arousal is on a continuum. So they can be equally aroused, positively or negatively, should I say. Maybe they're just having a bad day, or they may have had a lot of death in the family. They may be down and out. They may have flunked on a test or something. They're aroused. Or as opposed to they may have made 100 on the test, or they're about to win a big basketball game. They're equally aroused, but it's a different type of arousal. One's they're just pumped, ready to, just excited, and the other one is just kind of like a deep sleep type state, and because arousal varies from deep sleep to excitement, but it's on a continuum. It can be equally aroused. It's just in a different form. Anxiety. All kids are anxious. There's trait and state anxiety in these kids. State anxiety in them, it fluctuates. One day, nothing's really bothering them. Then all of a sudden, test is coming, or a big basketball game, or a big shot during the game, and the anxiety creeps in, and they may be aroused, maybe riding high, maybe a big moment, but there's still that anxiety starts to set in. So anxiety really it fluctuates at the state level or whatever. Trait anxiety is just somebody who has it in them. Everybody's not like that. Either he can or he can't. He can get up there and he can hit that big shot with not much pressure on him, or he can get up there and he's gonna fold. So and at this age, it's just, you don't know. Some are, some aren't. Some do, some don't. But it's just, each kid's different, and it's about how they handle it. To the environment. First, we're going to talk about the physical environment. What kind of facilities do these kids have? Do they have good gyms, good gymnasiums, or they have great equipment to use? Are they nice uniforms? I mean, what makes these kids want to play physically? Is it just they come from a town where basketball is just a tradition? Or, I mean, everything's different when it comes to the physical environment to what makes these kids want to be motivated to play. We talk about social. All these kids have, at this age, they have a million friends, and at the age of Facebook and Snapchat and all the different social media websites out there, these kids, they have major social lives, and peer pressure creeps in, and then they're dating. A lot of them are starting to drive. They're hanging out with friends more. They're doing different things. So what role do the social environment play in these kids' lives? Is it positive? Is it negative? What makes it, what is it about their social environment, their physical environment that makes them who they are? Family culture. At this age, they're males, 14, 15, 16, 17. So they're starting to get a little bit more responsibility. At home, their home life is starting to get a little bit more leadway and to do different things. But what type of family do they have? They have a family who values sports. Do they have a type of family who's engaged with it? Do they have a type of family who really gonna be there for their different types of needs? It's generational for us basketball. Do they have a big brother who may have played, or a sister, or an uncle, or a father, or something, or are they the first one to play basketball in their family? I mean, their family culture plays a big part. Does their mother have to raise them on their own? Do they have just mom, father? All those issues play a major part in these kids' lives. Is their family sport oriented? Are they the type of family who goes to all the ball games? Are they the type of family who's engaged in every aspect of these boys' lives? Or are they the type of family who just, I'm not worried about football, I'm not worried about basketball, who just kind of just pushes it aside and just kind of just steers away and does their own thing? What type of family does these kids come from? Can parents relate to the players these days? There's a study done by McMullen, a writer, and said that parents at this age has a hard time relating to their kids, and if they can't relate to the kids at this age, and this is a very crucial age of these boys, and sometimes parents really just can't relate, wherefore they may be 40, 50, 60 years old, or who knows, what the reasons is. Sometimes parents can't relate to these kids at this age. Talk about setting goals. I'm going to speak on the coach a little bit. When a coach implements these goals for these kids, he has to implement good goals that these kids can reach. He can't implement a goal that's not going to work out, because there is a drawback to setting goals for kids. They can help them, and they also can hurt them. So, for setting goals, he has to implement good goals, decent goals that are smart, that are something that these kids can reach, obtainable, and are not that are goals that very few achieve. And it got to be a goal that everybody can achieve, and it has to be what they call smart. When I say smart, it has to be specific, target a specific area of improvement. And with these boys, it has to be, okay, we want to get better defensively. We want to score more points. We want to become better rebounders, become better shooters. We can't just expect these boys to just, okay, I want to become better ball players. That's not realistic. How are you going to make them better ball players? Is what, okay, we're going to become a better rebounder. We're going to become a better defender. We're going to become a better offensive, better teammate. Is it measurable? Can you measure it? You know, if I was to ask you to become a better shooter, how could I measure you becoming a better shooter? You know, I'm not gonna go by your field goal percentage. So you have to find a way to measure these kids and to show them that they're becoming better and that they're achieving their goals. Is it assignable? Specify who will do it. You have to, with this age group, you have to be kind of literal with these boys and tell them exactly what you want them to do and exactly who will do it. And realistic. It's got to be something that is achievable, but yet challenging. You can't set them a easy goal, something that, oh, I can handle that, it's easy. No, you can't. It has to be challenging, and at the same time, it has to be achievable. And you have to put a time frame on it. You know, are you going to get better in 2 weeks? I want you to raise your free throw percentage by 5%, and we're going to give you 2 weeks to do it. You can't just say, I just want you to become a better free throw shooter. You have to put a time frame on it. When it comes to setting goals, there are 2 types of setting goals: objective goals and subjective goals. And with this age group of kids, you have to set objective goals, which can obtain, which is defined as attaining specific standard of proficiency on the task within a certain time frame. And so, example is raise shooting percentage plus 10% in 6 weeks, as opposed to subjective goals of general statement of intent, just become a better shooter. Now, with this age group, you have to be specific with these guys. So objective goals is the best way of setting goals and implementing goals for these kids. And also, you have to instill confidence, raise their self-confidence. And that's the role of a coach, to instill confidence in your players and let them know that they're achieving their goals. And if they don't, be able to adjust those goals. Be able to adjust them to where, okay, maybe you didn't reach it this time, or it's because there's so many factors that play into if a kid can't reach his goal. You know, you never know. So have to be adjusted so where the kid can eventually achieve the goal. Okay, some typical goals there's 3 types. You have outcome goals, performance goals, process goals. Outcome goals are, what are you trying to improve? What are you trying to achieve? I mean, at this age, these kids they want to win a district title. That's an example of a long-term outcome goal. Strategy: play best when it counts. Win those tough games. Be able to pull them out. In the short term, win consecutive games. You want to do in the long term. In the short term, you want to maybe decrease the opponent's points per game by an average of minus 10 points per game. In the strategy, you want to intensify the defensive pressure. Raise the pressure up on these guys every day, defensively. Defense. And what are you going to do to become a better defender? What are you going to do to be able to speed the game tempo up and be efficient at that? What you can do is long term is make 20 consecutive shots after practice each day. Make 20 consecutive shots each day. Tough, but it may be done. And a strategy you can do to reach that is have each player shoot from their respective spots. Guard shoot 3, center shoot round the bucket, and just have them get better each day. Short term, you can spend 20 minutes before practice improving defensive skills. Strategy, you can go Monday and Wednesday one-on-one drills. Tuesday and Thursday, you can do team defensive drills. Just things you can do right now that'll help you become a better defender. Okay, I want to thank y'all for listening to my presentation over male basketball high school students. Thank you, and here's just a list of my references. Have a nice day.